Hello boys, my name is Koyoshi, and welcome back to my 100% playthrough of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated for the Nintendo Switch. In the last episode we left off finishing a lot of secrets, at least that we tried to get, which allowed us to 100% most of the areas, except a couple, and now we're just, looking to collect stuff in SpongeBob's stream. That's where we left off the last time, and let's be honest, it's one of the harder areas. It has multiple paths. All of the paths are rather difficult, and they definitely test the limits of how you want to play the game. And just so you know, this is just the beginning part. It gets more difficult as it continues down to the later stages and even into the Dungeon's graveyard. That was really delayed. If I'd let go any later, it would have been really bad. I'm coming over here first. I'm coming over here first because we need to make sure that we,
Someone better make good use of all these. That's for messing with Texas.
we have to take out the enemies over there before I can take out the enemies over here, otherwise nothing happens. And finishing all of that gives us a spatula at the end of this stream. And this one, they really try blocking you off too, like, they want to make it clear that only Sandy can get over here. In fact, they're supposed to use only Sandy for the entire place, except for the end where you could use SpongeBob to get back, but that's about it. Well, sure enough,
Well, I suppose it'll make
notice the
happy.
secret, head all the way back, and sure enough, yep, there's a sock there. And there's probably another one back in the main part of the dream.
Toasted Tiki Texas style.
But yes, this area is slippery. And you have to go through it, because, yeah. Most of those spots, by the way, that you think you can go to, you can't actually go to. Because if you try going down further beyond what you're expected to do, things just happen. And suddenly, back on the main path we go. Just as I thought. Wants us to go back this way, so back this way we'll go. The biggest problem with this side is it's not quite as wide as I would like it to be. Oh, there's a sock up there. We'll have to go back for that later. Right now, what we need to focus on is getting the statue at the top of the golden acorn. Now I think of it, oh. Well, this might help a little bit. Actually, wait, no. It's lower down than I thought. Whoops. Guess we continue on. Oh. Wait. Still confused. Okay. Oh wait, I see how I'm supposed to do that. Because Sandy can go pretty much everywhere, half of the time you don't even explore the main part of the slide. Instead, you just use the lasso to get everywhere. And then you do other stuff. If in this case, the slide is merely suggested, if you ask me. Anyway.
Do I really have to carry Patrick's socks? Ew. I can't believe I'm wearing SpongeBob's underwear.
Oh gosh, that was a big series of events around session. Yeah, that makes sense. Said you would not like to either those, but that's just what this game makes you do, unfortunately. Alright. Oh, now we have cows throwing stuff at her. Oh, and the return of this goop enemy. This mysterious goop enemy is really strange. Unless you use Sandy, the only way to defeat it normally is to use the cruise bubble to do stuff. Oh, and yes, that's free socks already. In just this stream alone. So, in case the game didn't already make it clear, this is one of the largest areas in the entire game. Which makes sense a lot, because there's lots of stuff to do and lots of areas to explore. This is where they really make you want to explore a lot, because there's lots of stuff to explore. I'm pretty sure I've reached, like, the biggest part of the stream at this point. I'd have to assume, only. I have a small problem, though. How am I going to get on the top there? Because this is an intended path. How am I supposed to get up top there? There's probably a button somewhere that I'm forgetting about. Or another secret jump path that I can maybe take that I've not done yet. There's a slide path on the top of there. My biggest question is, how am I gonna get on top? Oh wait, I see now. Okay, well that was simpler than I expected.
Okay, that's better.
Time to go sort of slow. If you hold back down, your character moves at a slightly slower speed. And holding up is what makes you go faster on the side. It's a good thing they have auto control over this, otherwise it might be very difficult to do stuff.
Someone better make good use of all these.
And I'm guessing there's a lot of spots where you can't really explore. Back on the main path we go, apparently.
Texas style.
This is not necessarily the hardest side in the game. This is probably one of the trickier sides of the game, and also one of the longest sides of the game. Definitely a really long way to get to this. If there were free socks in just this stream... Uh-oh. What? Okay. We're stuck first. Our character is currently stuck, unable to do anything for some reason. we are forced into a taxi here because for some reason our character just got stuck there. As you can see, there's lots of glitches in this game, but I did not expect that that would be one of them. There we go. I don't know what the heck was going on there. It just... it was preventing me from moving, that's what.
Bam!
There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning.
There we
Smells
go.
like victory.
This is how we get back up. Alright, back to SpongeBob's Tree we go, proper, and eventually to one of the most difficult platforming challenges in the entire game.
Take that!
Looks like they finally gave us a way to go back. Oh, okay. Well, that's convenient. It takes us straight to, straight along the loop to, Squidward's dream, where our next secret is, and probably where our next, sock is, to be honest, but there's only 2 socks left.
Boy, cover your ears.
Mr. Krabs? What are you doing in Squidward's dream?
Hard
Don't
time,
ask
boy.
me.
Or at least it feels like it. Do you think you can make it across this sheet of music to the golden spatula on Squidward's big nose?
Don't worry, Mr. Krabs. I'll end this challenge on a high note.
Good luck, boy. When you get there, try to wake him up. I'm running out of aspirin.
Now, this is where the game really starts getting a little bit different, and is also probably one of the best changed areas in the entirety of the remake, is the Dream Expanse as a whole. In the original game, the Dream Expanse was a little bit darker and a little bit more interesting. This one keeps all of the mechanics for the original, but now it adds flashy skies are on with it to make it really cool. Anyways, we're on the most difficult part. I'll tell you how it works. This is an area that we have to go to reach the end, and some of these jumps are some of the tightest jumps in the entire game, so this is a part I am not going to be cutting out too, so you get to see the entire thing. On that note, I should probably just go. These are your only safe spots to wait, in case you're wondering. Okay, well, I was about to say, if this area does not have checkpoints, then I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. Good thing they were thinking ahead. It makes sense, though, because, like, yeah. That being said, when you do this in a speedrun in the original game, you actually just skip most of this and go straight to the top. And yes, it gets tougher as you go further down the area. They start adding bouncing horns that you have to bounce off of. Whoa. I did say this was the most difficult area in the game. Thankfully, it's not quite as scary as Mario 64's Bowser in the Dark World, where taking one death before the actual fight with Bowser sends you straight back to the beginning. That's a part I always find real about Mario levels, is they tend to do that a lot. Because this was made with kids in mind, yeah, they have more checkpoints, which is good because otherwise we would be here forever. And it's also nice that they put a checkpoint before each of the more difficult sections in the game. Oh, and we can collect another sock, which is just in the middle of that for some reason. Kind of annoying though that we have to sacrifice our entire position on this area, our course or whatever, and have to go back through the beginning just to get back to the spot where we left off, just for a sock. It's annoying, but we have to deal with it nonetheless. There are a lot of jumps, by the way, where if you had more speed, you would just barely make them. Otherwise, I don't know how you would make most of these. Okay. And yes, as you can see, that is based off of a cycle, so...
999, 1,000. Ready or not, here I come!
Yeah, sometimes these just don't line up for some reason. I don't know. Depending on what pattern you're on, those things could potentially line up in a way where no matter what you do, you'll always fall off. Kind of annoying, actually. I don't know what that's there for. It's clearly optioned though, so I will skip it. Alright. There we go. There's our spatula. Definitely one of the trickier ones where unless you know what you're doing, you probably want to just play it safe. And wait on certain spots. Making sure you use all the platforms to your advantage. The middle part with the notes was probably my least favorite part there, but let's be honest, it probably was not in the best pattern anyway, so I probably would have had to take a death anyways just to set up the patterns correct. Alright, now we have this to deal with, which is a series of spikes. And they kind of warn you with a setup where if they spin slightly to their side, that means they're about to spin. And when I said shiny objects, I mean a lot. Oh, that's a secret that I have to get. But in the end, it was just a shiny object, unfortunately. That's never fun when you go for the entire thing just to get that. And yes, you pay a lot of shiny objects in this just to spawn stuff. It's pretty crazy how much you need.
This is amazing.
Amazingly awful, you mean?
Mr. Krabs is dreaming of the Krusty Krab.
What a surprise. I can't escape work anywhere.
Yeah.
Whoa! Lunch rush! I better grab my hat and...
Forget the hat. Get that spatula and get us out of here.
It's like a shiny golden toothpick that holds together the bun of...
We don't have time for this.
And as you can see, this is one level that, looks a little bit more ridiculous.
Just my size.
And yeah, In case you didn't already notice, this entire level is very brutal. No matter where you go, there are enemies everywhere. And the expected way of killing them is, as you can see, is to really slowly attack and use the cruise bubble to do a bunch of stuff.
Slippery road ahead. You've just met the Sponginator. Solo Mama!
So I'm actually gonna probably use this. As you can see, this is one of the most difficult robot takeouts in probably the entire game. When I said this game was hard, I meant it. There's multiple spots that keep on attacking you, and there's not really a good safe area either. Just when you think you do something, they'll attack you, and then you just can't deal with it anymore. And yes, the way you're supposed to do it safely is to use the cruise bubble, but there's no really safe way to do it when pretty much any enemy aggresses on you no matter what, and I did not mean to do that. I have to go back in, which means another dumb loading screen. Unfortunate.
Terror in triplicate!
What would really help is if I stopped taking multiple damage from every single enemy. You know what? I'm just gonna start dying repeatedly until I can actually kill these enemies properly. Because if I were to survive, I basically have to avoid all damage. That means destroying them before things like that happen.
There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning.
And in case you're wondering, yes, you're supposed to use a mix of Bubble Bowl and the Cruise Bubble to take them out. Mostly the Bubble Bowl. In case you're wondering, I'm not trying to let them attack me by using other different strategies. Instead, my initial strategy was not to let them hit me, but get to a safe spot in one of the other spots, and then do this. Head to one of the spots, and then once you're safe from all the enemies, you basically want to keep on slamming boxes into these repeatedly, like this. It can take a little while at first, but if you know what you're doing, you basically just want to keep doing that until all the enemies get destroyed, and that's the entire mission. Ugh. Well, it looks like they made it a lot more difficult. I'm guessing this change was made because of obvious reasons.
Coming at ya!
Ugh. Not fun. Not fun.
Just my size.
Looks like they intend you to go to... Looks like they intend you to only go to these one at a time. And we still have to deal with these guys just constantly firing ink at us. These are some of the most obnoxious enemies in the game, as you can clearly see, because they will almost non-stop fire at you once you get their attention, and it's really annoying.
SpongeBob to mission control. The launch is a go. I feel like a new sponge.
And after all that work, we finally got one of them dead. That's just one of them, though. There are small spots where you could just barely protect yourself from the fiends, but other than that, is not easy.
Too pretty. Can't take it.
And yes, the moment you try and kill everything, it does other stuff. In case you're wondering, the original game has a little trick where you can actually just use, this combined with, server spins to just kill all of the stuff one by one and eventually just finish that way without having any of the enemies respawn. But
Take that! Say hello to my little bubble friend.
it would help if I could actually hit these guys. Get right in the middle.
Terror in triplicate! Bubble power!
Is that really it? It's the only way to get up there, just to kill a bunch of enemies, and then after enough enemies is killed, the area slowly expands? That's gonna be what I have to deal with? Wow, that's gonna be a little bit annoying in that case. The most annoying part seems to be these trio robots I can't seem to take care of. Maybe I'll just explode early and see if I can get them that way.
Coming at ya!
How are you supposed to get to that? Yeah. They really hate to, doing stuff without, fighting properly. It would help if I could actually stop failing and actually hit the guy on the top like I'm trying to get. Except it keeps on messing up. There we go. Ugh. So it seems like for every one of those enemies I take out, a Phoenix Dance. That's not fun. So I have to just take out... So apparently I was required to kill a bunch of enemies just to expand the patties in order to even get over
Fresh
here.
like a spring breeze. Just my size.
Now we can finally kill them all, normally. It would help if I could actually kill the guy on top. Jeez, so annoying. There we go. And they chase you a really far away, too. That's annoying. The most annoying part is I'm such low health right now that if I take any damage, I basically die.
SpongeBob to Mission Control, the launch to go.
Yeah, I just can't take it out. That enemy is literally almost impossible to take out. Either that or it's really precise. You know what I should have done? Bubble bullet instead. My least favorite part of this start is I have to deal with these big enemies all over again. I think you just have to... I think I'm supposed to actually use this instead. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Such an idiot. I should have just done that from the beginning. I completely forgot I even had that. Let's be honest. Okay, with that in mind, I basically need to take not too much damage, otherwise I basically immediately die. So I'm just gonna keep on retrying this and just kill stuff. So every kill I get gets me closer to the thing I want. And I need to remember how to do this. It's not actually Y, it's X. I gotta spam kill pretty much everything until I kill enough stuff near the door.
Slippery road ahead.
And once again, I can't kill enough of them, apparently.
Terror in triplicate.
I'm gonna kill Isa again because I took way too much damage. I need to avoid that.
Go SpongeBob. Go SpongeBob.
Only this time actually not die. That's a thing I have to avoid, not dying. There we go. So annoying now I have to spam kill almost everything next to these things. And basically, based off of how many I kill, that determines how I do stuff. And that's just rude, okay. I go for all of that, and now I have to do this. Well,
Just my size.
well, I need to stop being terrible at the game, because clearly this is the hardest arena challenge in the game. Impossible to complete without taking damage, clearly, because there's way too many enemies. You just take damage constantly until you die. And for every enemy that gets respawned, that allows me to go to the next spot, so clearly that's what I have to do. It would have really helped if I could just get to here right away. Bubble Bolt seems to work a lot more effective, so we should be using that instead. And we have to kill some of these guys, so may as well do it now. Just spam the crap out of stuff and eventually things will happen. It would help if I could actually hit him. Okay, that was weird. Alright. Number 2 gone. So that's crazy. So no matter what, you have to get enemies to respawn from these in order to continue on.
SpongeBob to mission control. The launch is a go.
Alright. How much more do we need? Fortunately, seems like a lot. Well, we're doing a little bit better, but I don't see how we can get this done. Alright. Go. So you had to take out those guys just to respawn this, and now we can get to the last thing. With that, finally all the duplicators are dead and all the bad robots are almost dead. Now all we have to do is not suck and we'll be good, finally. It's about time. Because previously, before I remembered how to use the bubble mash, I just did stuff bad and things were hard. But now I could just do that, and there we go, finally we succeed. Jeez, that took a lot longer for just a fighting stimulator. They spiced it up too. Because in the original game, you could skip all this with the cruise bubble. Of course, they thought of that, so they put shields on the different things so you couldn't do it again. It's just kind of annoying, but, what can you do? And yes, the intended way of doing it is to kill enemies non-stop until the patty extends to different spots, and that's what finally allows you to go through each zone. Looks like we're not going to be getting through that anytime soon really quickly. Either we get a quick cycle... Jeez. Alright, either we get a quick cycle... Or we just wait for it to go to left or right. One of the two. There we go. Phew, that took a long.
You have a golden spatula. Give it here.
Not so fast, SpongeBob. You'll have to pass my test before you get this golden spatula.
Very well, sir. Challenge accepted.
Very well. Your challenge is to find the golden spatula.
You're holding it.
You did it! Now here is your reward.
For all the stuff we just went through, that's actually kind of silly, but then again, it's the last stream. Alright. Hang on. Yeah, okay, that's 100% once we finish across the green stake and the super bounce, apparently, as well. So just spatulas to go now. Not a hard area to 100%, but a hard area to navigate for all the spatulas, nonetheless. Sheesh. It's about time we got through this.
Slippery road ahead. There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning. Smells like... Take that!
With that, we finally navigate across the streamscape to claim our reward from all the other dreams that we did on the way. But there's still one secret we missed, which is a secret in its own way. There's a task called the Super Bounce, which is actually back at Sandy's, not Sandy's stream, but in the middle part we have to do another section and I completely forgot about. I assume it's either on top of the tree dome or somewhere else that I completely forgotten about. Since it starts from here, that means there must be some trick to it. Oh, that's the trick to it. Well, that's not as bad as I thought. Yeah, that's right, I forgot. There's one statue on top of you. Okay, then.
I feel like a new sponge.
Alright. Time to take the taxi back to the main area so we can continue on. We're starting to run out of levels almost, but there's still lots of secrets to be found, that's for sure. Alright. Okay.
I'm rollerific.
Alright. If we get a couple more stuff from Kelp Forest, then we actually would have enough spatulas to beat the game at about this moment. Once we hit 80, as far as I know. But I believe there's much more than that.
Forest, an interesting area with many sights to see, for those that don't get hopelessly lost first.
Yeah, hopelessly lost, more like, more difficult. And there's the tutorial for the triplets that we were supposed to take out. Okay.
Just my size.
Here we go. Alright, so to start
Hi,
the
Mrs.
main
Puff.
job,
Driving
I
bus
have to
isn't
do
out here today, is it?
No, SpongeBob. Why do you say that? Do you think we'd have class out here just to hide from you? How silly. I'm just, gathering twigs for the winter. Yes, that's it.
Oh, can I help? I have a merit badge in twig gathering.
Actually, you can help with something else. These robots showed up and scared all the students, campers off into the forest. Before the ranger arrives, someone needs to go out and find them.
Okay.
I'll help you find them, Mrs. Puff. I'm the sponge for the job.
Thanks, SpongeBob. I'll make sure to give you a nice reward when you've found all of them.
Alright. So now we have to find all of them somewhere.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
There's lots of interesting
Hey,
secrets
this is laundry.
hidden. Particularly, getting to each of these hidden spots is a lot harder than what you initially thought. In fact, the entire puzzle, half of it, is actually figuring out what you need to do to get to each spot. Yeah, that's for sure. So there's lots of secrets you have to deal with. And one of the more crazier secrets is the very obnoxious and long single spatula that uses Patrick to essentially, you basically have to keep on hitting a certain thing non-stop. It's really annoying.
Shines.
Not easy by any means. Alright. Oh, that's a mean plant there. probably where you come back from the entire level. Before I do anything else, I should probably explore the level first. Alright. Continue on.
I feel like a new sponge. SpongeBob Division Control, the launch is a go.
Okay.
Just my size. Fresh like a spring breeze. I feel like a new sponge.
This is one area in particular where you expect it to have both the cruise bubble and the regular thing to do stuff. And you can kind of see how they expect you to reach a lot of the spots. Basically, you have to use the cruise bubble and mix with other abilities to slowly activate the way to each area and then get all the campers rescued in that way.
You've just met the Sponginator.
Alright, so we set all that off to now have to basically go back to the beginning again. To then use this to get up here. That takes us to another camper. Alright. Oh, but now we're blocked by not having Patrick. At the very least, I'll continue down the main setting path before going up there.
I love opening presents.
Alright. Yeah. This is definitely one of the better looking areas in the game, but man, sometimes it can take a long time to complete 100%, that's for sure. If you thought the other levels were tough to find all the stuff, think again, this one's even more difficult. Because of one particular puzzle that a lot of people got stuck on when they first played this game.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
Of course, there are multiple skips for that same puzzle, so we'll just see when we get there whether or not we'll need to do that or not. I was about to say, I completely forgot where the bus stop is. Well, we need Patrick to get further in, so we have to use him now, so we'll do that. Anyways, I used Sunshine was just to check for cruise bubble uses. Yep.
You sure gotta carry a lot of stuff around.
Alright. Whoa. Okay, alright then. Took me all the way back there instead of taking it to where I want. That's probably it. Yeah, it took forever to break. That's not fun. Alright. Can't really do anything without the fruit.
So shiny.
Yeah. Alright. Well, we seem to be stuck on something right now. Oh, there we go. Tells us now.
A robot go boo. So
Oh,
what do I do
whoops.
with this?
Oh, whoa. Okay. Back to here. By the way, whenever there's a freezy fruit, there's probably a secret hidden somewhere in the water, so time to check the entirety of the water and find it. And actually, yeah, it's right here. Actually, it was right there. Okay. Jeez, get me on there, please. I was starting to get worried about that. Okay. Now on to the actual second part of the area. So that entire area led to an hour camper, so that was required. With that in mind, let's continue on. Oh, this area is really extensive.
Hi, Mr. Krabs. What are you doing here?
Ahoy, Patrick! I'm trying to return 3 stone tikis to this pedestal so I can get to the kelp cave across that bridge. There could be customers in there. I saw 3 tikis scattered around this area, but me old brain couldn't figure out how to get them back up here.
Can I try?
Sure, why not? I need a good laugh. There's a golden spatula up there for you if you succeed.
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs. I'll see what I can do.
Push this button to reset them if things are needed. Okay, good to know. So in case you're wondering, you now know what the entire puzzle of this area is. So this is the part I was talking about. You have to somehow find a way to get 2 or 3 of the hidden tikis or whatever. Yeah, I had to belly fought that guy, otherwise, you would have most certainly got it there.
I don't think SpongeBob's underwear fits quite right.
Just barely made it. And yes, you have to hit a lot of switches throughout this area to find secrets, but that was actually a secret spatula. Oh my. 2 timers going at the same time now. We got it, though.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Right. We got it.
Ouch! What is a whistle?
Well, we found our camper, but not necessarily the steakies. Eco, which I found one on that side, apparently. Alright, with that in mind, I'm going to end the episode right here, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and we're getting closer to the end. But still a long ways to go. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we continue through Kelp Forest. Until then, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!